Hey, it's John. Welcome to 4 Minutes in the Front Row. Today, I'm going to give you a system that's going to allow you to evaluate what categories of your life are most important, how are you doing in each of those categories, and what do you need to focus on in order to create the best year of your life moving forward. Now, as I record this, it's late December, and this is the time of year when we tend to reflect on the past year and plan for the coming year. So I'm going to give you what I've used, and this is a system I've kind of, adapted and refined over the years to meet my particular preferences, and I hope you enjoy it. Please comment on this video, and if there's enough chatter, by the way, I think I'll make this into a professional document and share it as a PDF that you could use. And now if you're listening to this on a podcast, I'm going to strongly encourage you to go to frontrowfactor.com and look at this on our video blog, or sign up for our weekly email where I share these videos directly to your inbox. But here's what it is. So if you're listening only, just follow along. And if you're watching, here's where we start. At the very top of this page here, section 1 is about determining what categories are most important in your life. Now, the reality is you have probably dozens and dozens of different categories of your life. I mean, even your business alone has different categories in it, from marketing to customer service and sales, and could be so many different areas of your life. For me, I want a big picture. So I've chosen 10 when I do this on a piece of paper or in my journal. But for today, I'm going to give you 5. And the 5 I've chosen are Tatiana, my wife, Tiger, my son, speaking, charity, and health. Now, just as examples, I'm using those. Now, this is an actual representation of a document that I just filled out a couple of days ago for myself. I mean, this is what I do personally every year, sometimes multiple times a year, to check in, see where I'm at, and see where I want to go or where I need to ultimately focus. That's the theme of 2016, is focus for me. Now, category number 2, or section number 2 here, part number 2, is about evaluating where we are in each of those categories. I've done different exercises over the years, from like the wheel of life, where it looks like a big pie chart or spokes of a wheel, and we're supposed to fill in each category and rate ourselves, on a level 10, where do we rank in there? For me, I just decided to use sticking with the front row theme, and this is something I'm including in the Front Row Factor book that I'm writing, is what would be a front row life in that category? What would that look like? And what is back row? What's totally disengaged and checked out? And I'm going to give myself a rating, basically 1 through 5, 1 being, the front row. And that's the best it could be. Now, I gave myself a rating right now of a 2 with my wife, Tatiana. We have a great relationship. She's amazing. We've made amazing progress in our relationship since since I met her 9 years ago. But what I want to share with you is that I see there being significant ways that I can improve our relationship, things that I can do. So I gave myself a 2, knowing that there's room for growth there. Then, once I've evaluated where I am in each of these categories, then I'm going to go to part 3, which is to think about what is the one thing I need to focus on in these specific ways. And I'll share with you, if you're listening, I'll tell you what they are, in order to make the biggest progress. So let's dig in. First thing is, what's the one action I need to take in order to make the biggest leap forward in my relationships, my relationship with my wife, Tatiana? My answer when I asked that question was, it's listening. The one thing I could do that would be the lead domino, the most important activity, the one that by focusing on that activity focuses or helps every other activity, it's listening. The second section here, or the second column, or second row, the second row in part 3 is, who's the one fan that I need to support me in this category? And what I mean by that is, who's there cheering you on? Who's supporting you? In the book, The Front Row Factor, I talk about who's in your front row. And I talk about developing raving fans in your life that support you, that cheer you on, that lift you up when you have a tough day. And for me, it's one of my good buddies, John Kane. He lives real close to me, and sometimes we'll get together for a coffee and we'll talk about life. And he's been so supportive and so influential for me. Brings great ideas to the table about how I can improve my life in all different categories, but has really been great in the relationship category for me. He's married, and we have a lot in common, things we can talk about, ways that we can be better husbands to our wives. Then I have on this next row is what's one star that you need to surround yourself with? And what I mean by that is who's a mentor? Somebody that's a rock star, somebody that's really great in that area that can also mentor you to growth. And so for me, it's Stacy Martino of relationshipdevelopment.org. She also lives not too far from me. She's a longtime friend, and she is an amazing relationship coach. And for me, Stacy is somebody that helps elevate my world with Tatiana. We've been to Stacy's seminars. We listen to Stacy's information. She's got a great email that goes out, and lots of great coaching from Stacy. What's one reason that I need to focus in this area? That's my why. And so when I think about it, I say, why do I need to focus on Tatiana? What's so important about that? What's driving me? What's my purpose? And for me, it's simply that she deserves it. She deserves it. And there's things that, only I can do for her as her husband to help elevate her life in so many different ways. And so I'm asking myself, she deserves the best from me. I'm her partner. I'm her soulmate. So who else? I'm her soulmate. This is me. I got to do this. She deserves my best. And finally, what's the one place that I need to be in order to thrive in that category? That's the environment. That's what's in your front row. What surrounds you that creates an environment for you to thrive in that category? For me, it's vacation. When I think about those small moments that create lasting, deep impacts in our relationship, when we get away and it's just the two of us and we're doing something fun and we're on an adventure and we create these shared experiences, man, that is fuel for weeks and months to follow. And not only that, but when we have a vacation plan, we're thinking about it, we're talking about it, it's on the horizon, we're looking forward to it, we're planning, and it's exciting. So the vacation has a big impact. Now, again, there's lots of things that I could do to shape my environment. There's lots of reasons why I want to support my wife. There's lots of people that could mentor me, etc., but I'm trying to define it to the most important. And so I do this for every category. I rate myself in each category, and this helps me to stay focused as I go forward into my best year ever. I want to challenge you to do this activity, preferably today, but at least sometime this week. When you're waking up and you're doing your miracle morning and you're opening your journal, take this and just make it on your own. Or comment on this video below. Tell me that you're interested. I'll get this professionally made and share it back with you. But I want to tell you, this has been a big influence for me. When I write this out, I hang it up on my wall and I look at it in the morning before I start my day to keep me focused. Now, it doesn't have to be every day, but if you see it once a week, or even if you saw it once a month, it would take you back to where it would take you back to what you need to focus on. And one more tip here, share this with somebody. The best way to internalize information is to share it. So not only share the process, which maybe if you're a team leader, a manager, you're coaching others, share this process. But I would also say once you fill it out, share your results with people. Maybe share with people that they made it to your list. For example, on my Tiger category here, one of my stars or my mentors or somebody I look to for counselor advice is Larry Hagner of the Good Dad Project podcast. Now, I just met Larry not too long ago, but immediately he became somebody that was like, that's a guy I want to stick close to because he's doing amazing stuff in the category of being a great father. And so for me, I'm going to tell Larry he's on my list, and I think he'll appreciate that. Maybe he's watching right now. But the idea is tell people that they're a part of your list, share with people what you need to focus on, ask for their help in holding you accountable, maybe make a photocopy of it and share it with them. Take a picture of it on your phone and text it to them. But the idea is to share, build your front row, build your environment, what's in your front row, so that you can have your best year ever. I hope this helps. I'm excited to hear what you have to think. Until next time, keep living your life in the front row. Take care, everybody.